ਮੈਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਵਾਈਟ ਰੌਕ ਦੇ ਟ੍ਰੈਵਰ ਹੈਲਫਰਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਨ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਹੈਲਫਰਡ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ
Good morning to you.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I want to know more about this BC government's decision to allow U.S. doctors to work here in BC while people or the doctors from other provinces are not allowed.
Yeah, and that's a good point. To me, we need doctors from every part of this world. And, bringing in doctors from the U.S., that's good. But why aren't we making, BC the place for our own doctors to stay and work? And we need to keep the professionals we train. And we do need to make sure that we're bringing in doctors from other provinces and other countries as well. So, I welcome the U.S. doctors, but I think we need to be doing more to keep our own doctors here and getting people from other jurisdictions as well.
Now, with the passing of the Bill 7, the Premier has full powers, the Cabinet has full powers. Can they allow any doctor now in practice here?
Well, let's be honest about Bill 7, okay? They just introduced it yesterday. We're on a 2-week break now. And the fact is the Premier is asking for power to make huge changes and huge decisions without going before the legislature. Now, I know for me and my colleagues that we would be willing to sit in the legislature at any time to be able to debate and pass important legislation. But for him to hold all the control in the Premier's office, I think that's a complete overreach.
Mm-hmm. But how about the doctors? Can they allow the doctors from any province or any doctor to practice here now under these powers?
Well, I don't know that exactly. I think that's part of the intent, and I'm all for that. Is that we should not let it get to the crisis level that it is before we start doing this. We should have been doing this years ago. The fact is that we've got some great medical professionals that live in British Columbia that aren't doing the medical work because there's too much red tape and bureaucracy. We need to cut that, get rid of it, and making sure we're getting these people doing what they're supposed to be doing and trained to be doing, and that's working in our hospitals and in other medical areas.
Lots of people from Boston Bar to Royal Columbian are appreciating your bold step to ask the government to make changes into the Fraser Health Board. What was your proposal?
Well, it's very simple, and it's nothing personal. It's the fact is that in September of 2017, this NDP government made the decision to put Jim Sinclair, who is a very strong supporter and organizer for this NDP government, as chair of the Fraser Health Board. Jim Sinclair, I don't know him personally, but I can tell you from the background, he's got no medical experience, and we've seen disaster after disaster in the Fraser Health Authority. And, recently we've seen the departure of CEO Victoria Lee. But I think that, I talk to doctors and nurses daily, and they've all said the same thing, especially in the last couple of days since I've done this, is that Mr. Sinclair has to go, and he has to go now.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you'd like to say in closing?
No, I would just say that I love what I'm doing here, but again, we just had a budget, and I just chatted with one of the emergency room doctors at Surrey Memorial, and they're devastated that this government promised them a second tower, and there's not one penny in it for the budget. So they talk tough on healthcare, but they're certainly not backing it up.
Mm-hmm. So there's no money in the budget for that tower.
No, there's not a penny in that budget for that second tower.
But there's already construction activity at the site.
Not that's for others. That's not for the second tower.
Oh, I see. There's something else.
There's something else, yeah, but it's not for that second tower.
Mr. Halford, thank you very much.
Thanks so much to you and your listeners.
Bye-bye. Mr. Halford, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ MLA ਨੇ ਸਾਊਥ ਸਰੀ ਵਾਈਟ ਰੌਕ ਦੇ ਉਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ